Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly brilliant called the Illumination Station. It's this incredible community proposal that takes a traditional faith-based summer program, specifically the Jesus is the Light Vacation Bible School curriculum, and literally merges it with authentic hands-on STEM education. We're going to look at how one community is taking a standard summer camp and turning it into a real-world, project-based adventure. So here's our quick roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with how human capital meets the gospel, dive into the BioBlitz B mission, and then walk through the program's 3 phases: launch and prep, the field study, and finally, synthesis and VBS. All right, part 1, human capital meets the gospel, bridging faith and science. To really understand the heart of this proposal, we have to look at the community's core needs. There was this strong desire to bring high-level educational enrichment to ethnic minorities in the Grand Rapids region. And at the exact same time, this specific congregation realized they were sitting on a massive hidden asset, a remarkably high number of trained educators, sitting right in their pews. Which sparked a huge question, right? How can we use this human capital of teachers not just to share core gospel values, but to provide authentic, rigorous educational service to the community? Well, the answer lies in bridging 2 very different worlds. Think about it. The high-energy singing, the crafts, the structured learning of an indoor vacation Bible school. Now imagine taking that exact same enthusiasm and channeling it outdoors into the unpredictable, hands-on dirt of nature. It's about transforming kids from indoor students into outdoor citizen scientists, blending those 2 dynamic environments perfectly. Moving on to part 2, the BioBlitz B mission, engaging in project-based learning. Now, I want to be clear, this isn't your average summer camp nature walk where kids just stretch their legs. The students are tasked with a real-world urgent mission, helping a local bee population find native flowers. To pull this off, the kids become active participants in citizen science. They're literally using modern technology like the Seek by iNaturalist app to officially identify plants and gather real ecological data to map the bee habitat. It's an incredibly empowering experience that shows them, hey, your work actually matters. Logistically, they're proposing to run this as 2 half-days on Fridays in July, and the schedule is built to be this perfect balance. From 10 a.m. to noon, it's pure STEM enrichment with the BioBlitz. Then, they get a much-needed 2-hour break for lunch and play at the park to completely recharge. And finally, from 2 to 4 p.m., they tackle their VBS lessons. It's seamlessly integrated, intentionally structured for the mind, body, and spirit.
All right, part 3, phase 1, launch and prep. Building the foundation in the classroom.
To make the fieldwork a success, the curriculum is built on a really logical 3-phase journey. It actually mirrors the exact process real field biologists use every single day, starting with indoor preparation, moving to outdoor exploration, and wrapping up with critical reflection. So, during phase 1 in the classroom, the kids undergo rigorous field training. They learn crucial park safety, they embrace leave-no-trace principles so they don't accidentally trample the exact ecosystem they're trying to help, and they learn how to master their field journals and scientific tools. This prep is absolutely vital. It ensures they step outside acting like prepared scientists, not just kids running wild at a park. Also, in this first phase, the students engage in genuine hypothesis building. They don't just wander out blindly. They predict what specific plant life they're going to find based on the varying environments, like what's going to thrive in the sunny fields compared to the shaded woods or near the water. It gets their scientific, critical thinking firing from minute 1. Which brings us to part 4, phase 2, the field study. Action and exploration out at the park. This is where the magic really happens. The students take those hypotheses out into the field. But they are not doing it alone. They get to explore alongside working experts. The proposal features this amazing partnership, bringing in Professor Quakenbush from Grand Valley State University, along with local experts like Fat Eye, to guide the kids alongside dedicated DPC volunteers and chaperones. Just imagine the impact on a kid, getting to conduct a legitimate biological survey side by side with a university professor. Out in the habitat, the kids enthusiastically deploy their new data collection methods. Using grade-appropriate tools, they observe their designated zones. They carefully document findings with detailed sketches and photos, and they collect samples, but strictly using fallen specimens to protect the live plants. They log absolutely everything, actively mapping the habitat to figure out exactly what that local bee population needs to survive and thrive. Finally, part 5, phase 3, synthesis and VBS, bringing it home back in the classroom. After the dirt and all the excitement of the field trip, This is where the learning truly cements itself. The students dive into data analysis. By organizing their field notes and reviewing their photos, they start spotting patterns. Did they actually find the native flowers the bees need? Were those initial hypotheses about the shaded woods correct? They suddenly see the whole ecological picture come together right in front of them.
And then it all comes beautifully full circle. The program extends this incredible learning with a planned visit to the Calvin University Herbarium. But more importantly, it perfectly connects their biological discoveries back to their faith. The educators tie the intricate, delicate beauty of the bees' ecosystem directly to the creation story. So the scientific illumination of the BioBlitz seamlessly complements their central VBS theme, Jesus is the light, right as they complete their final lessons.
It's just a masterclass in maximizing community resources. By recognizing the highly trained educators sitting right in their pews, this group figured out how to transform a standard summer program into an unforgettable scientific and spiritual mission. So I'll leave you with this to consider. Look around your own community. What hidden assets do you have? And how can you leverage your unique human capital to spark an illumination station of your own? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.